Hi guys, this is Jeff at Slavens Racing. This video is a continuation of the quick overview video on the 150 XCW. This is a 2019 150 XCW, and in stock form I thought the bike was horrible. I mean, up here at elevation it was basically unrideable on trails with the in stock condition. It was so weak on the low end that you'd have to wear the clutch out just to get up a hill, so an easy hill. But now this thing rips, and it's a much more linear power band. It's actually very linear for a small bore, and it's got really good low end grunt now. Comparatively speaking, it's not 300 grunt, it's 150 grunt. But it's got a really nice usable power band now. I'm 210 pounds without gear, and I can ride this thing up the trails here in my backyard. I've got some pretty gnarly stuff here. So let's start with the motor. So the head is still the stock head. I just welded the combustion chamber up, and then I reshaped it and raised the compression a lot. So it's got about over 50 pounds more compression than it had stock. These are a very low compression engine in stock form. And then you can see down in there, electron carburetor. So the very first thing I did was install the electron. And that was a huge improvement, huge. It went from barely getting out of its own way to a pretty decent running bike. But I didn't stop there, and I did the head. And then that was the second part of the puzzle that really made this motor come alive. And I also reshaped the power valve linkage on it. So the linkage plates that are on the side of the cylinder down there, under that black cover right down there, on both sides I reshaped the curvature of those to give it a little more linear power. The power valve adjusting screw I left alone, and that's pretty much all I did to the engine. Just those three things really brought it alive and gave it a great power band. The pipe is stock. There's some options there I'd like to try at some point. This bike has been built for a young lady here in town, and so I kind of went with what she wanted to do. So it's got the P3 carbon pipe guard on it. So we'll just kind of go over the guards now. It's got the P3 guard. It's got the AXP Extreme skid plate. It's a very nice piece, and it mounts up very easily. And it's also easy to remove if you want to get in there and clean. And then on the back, I put a 7602 shark fin on there. And up here it's got Cycra hand guards, and those are on this Billet Racing Products damper mount. This is a very slick setup. Jim over at BRP really did an excellent job on this. These little pieces right here, there comes with several of them, so you can put the damper in whatever position you want it. It has to match up to how you've got the handlebars located on the triple clamp. These are in the number 2 position. But it's a damper mount and the handlebar mount, or the hand guard mounts, all in one. It's really slick. It goes on easily, and it fits well. There's no interference with the odometer, speedometer combination, and it works well with the brake line and clutch hose. And I just like the Cycras because of this cutout design here. It's just easier on my hands. And then this domino throttle that comes along with the electron carburetor kit that we sell, and then it also comes with a different cam in here so that you can reuse the stock ODI grips, which are excellent grips. Let's see, from there the seat is stock for now. Everything underneath the seat is stock. So the suspension, I revalved it and resprung it for her. She's lighter than the average bear, so I went down one spring right on each end, and also shortened it 1 inch. And it makes it really easy for a shorter person to ride now. Did the same thing on the back. The wheel travel on the back has been shortened 1 inch, and that shock's been resprung and revalved. And those specs are from the valving. I installed it all, but the valving specs are from Greg at Factory Suspension Works here in Colorado. He's over on the Western Slope in Montrose. He does excellent work and has great specs. He does not sell those specs, so don't bother to ask. We're good buddies, so he hooked me up. And let's see, back here I just drilled a couple holes in there for a license plate because I was running it up and down the road up to the trail. I use stock gearing, which is 1350. That's got a good low first gear in it. Maybe really extreme conditions you might want to go lower, but most of the time that's very workable gearing. And we put the Warp 9 shorter kickstand on it to match the lowered suspension. We have those in stock. And then up front here, it's got some bulletproof radiator guards. I kind of forgot to mention those when I was talking about guards. Bulletproof guards, in my opinion, are by far the best on the planet. There's a lot of copies that are made in China out of poor quality materials, and they break. These have got a lifetime guarantee. They give excellent front protection and side protection. Some guys want to use the stamped kind because they think they need the back strap, but that back strap for bulletproof, it is not necessary whatsoever. I mean, these really protect the radiator very well. And the back, I don't like the back strap style because it just gets in your way on everything you want to do. Anytime you're working on something on the engine, it's in the way. And it's a pain in the ass for mounting fan kits and things like that on some of the kits. As you probably know, they come with lights already, so that's all stock. And then of course we added the Slavens graphics, our new graphics we just came out with just this week actually. So it's a slick little bike. When I first bought this thing, I thought it was a big mistake and I'd never get rid of it. I was going to have to throw it in a dumpster. I mean, it was horrible. I could not believe how poorly this bike ran in stock form. I understand they will run better at sea level in stock form, but they still leave a lot to be desired. And right now, this is a little woods weapon for a smaller person. Yeah, I can pull my big butt up the mountain, but it's definitely not the fastest way to get up the mountain. I still prefer a 250 or 350. 250 or 300 two-stroke for me. I forgot. I also put a fan kit in there. Let's see if the camera will adjust. There it is. And I highly recommend fan kits. I mean, if you're riding tight woods at all, you should have a fan kit. It just extends the life of the engine, and keeps it running at a more normal operating temperature all the time rather than overheating them. Even if you're not boiling over, there's a lot of times when your motor is running extremely hot, and that's just wearing out the engine. So fan kits are a big bonus in my opinion. I would definitely put them on everything that I own. For many years I did not. I resisted installing them, and I wish that I had not done that, but it is what it is. So basically, that's the new package. This thing's going to go to the new owner today, and I'm sure it's going to work out very well. That's all for now.